So I recently repaired my car, it's true, and so now there's gonna be car videos coming back. Anyway, I had to do a rant about this. Fucking everybody getting offended here in 2015, and it's November 10, 2015, and it's as good as time as any to talk about this. So people have been getting offended left and right about every single thing in fucking tarnation. It all started at the beginning of the year with getting offended by the Confederate flag. Yes, I understand it totally. The Confederate flag came from a time when it was slavery, and that flag was created by the Confederacy. The Confederacy supported slavery, and that was the whole point of the Civil War. It was all slavery was pretty much at the focal point of that war. It wasn't the main reason, or the only reason, but it had a lot to do with it. So I could understand why the Confederate flag isn't the most popular flag, but the thing was, it really wasn't hurting anybody. It had already been around for, over a fucking century, well over a fucking century and a half, and it wasn't fucking really offending anybody. But fast forward to 2015, and there was always a small minority of people that didn't like it, but it wasn't going anywhere. I was down south, and I'd be shopping in some of the stores, and I would see, like, heading down to Florida. Used to do road trips to Florida. I used to see in all the stores, they used to have the Confederate flag and all that on t-shirts and stuff. And to tell you the truth, I thought it was a pretty cool looking flag. A lot of people like Leonard Skinner used to use this flag and shit, and I don't know, I understood the history behind it and everything, but it's just a flag. It was just a flag, not a person, not a thing, it wasn't anything like that. It was a flag, it was basically a piece of fabric designed to represent, something. And I guess to some people it represented slavery. It represented the Confederacy, but to a lot of people, the flag represents what the Confederacy stood for. I could kind of see that if I alter my brain and, put my brain into somebody else's body or some shit like that, or, I don't know. I'm not talking about all the out-of-body experiences, but whatever the fuck, I kind of see the argument. So, there's been countless of other things going on throughout this year of people being offended. We've seen this stuff like courthouses with, references to God in the Bible, and people want that taken down. And, now it's Christmas trees. So this is nothing new. If anybody thinks this is new, you haven't been paying attention, because this Christmas shit has been going on forever. So, yes, there is no official religion in this country. The majority of people in this country are Christian. There are some denomination of Christianity, whether it be Catholic, Protestant, what have you. Any of that fucking shit. Can I get a little drink here? I hate when people do that. But, thing is, this has been going on for quite some time. People have been instructed at their jobs, retail jobs, or, anything on the phone jobs, happy holidays, say happy holidays, don't say Merry Christmas, don't say Merry Christmas, don't say anything like that, because you might be saying Merry Christmas to a Jewish person, to a Muslim, or somebody who is not, of the Christian faith. When really, in fact, if you're really that religious, you'd really realize that, Christmas is really a pagan holiday, and really it's not as Christian as you might believe. Now, there have been some Christian values brought into the holiday, but that is, there's more to it than that. So it's just become a holiday where it's fun. And yes, I mean, it doesn't mean as much as it used to me. I kind of just take this holiday as it comes, and I don't really think too much of it, don't really make too much of a big a deal. It's a nice time to make people happy. I get a gift for my dad, and I get a gift for whoever is close to me, and shit like that. My family's been broken apart. We're all across the country and shit like that, and some of us don't talk. So the thing is, it's holidays are not exactly like the happiest time for me in the world. It kind of reminds me of that. But the thing is, it's like, so I do get to give gifts to certain family members, and it is a good time of the year, even if it doesn't mean as much as it used to and all that. Now, the thing is, I remember when I was a kid, I was so fucking excited for these. I remember classic Christmases, getting my Nintendo 64, or, getting my PS2, or getting my, getting any numerous video game systems that I requested, or toys and shit like that I wanted. It was a very exciting time for a kid. Especially when you're under the impression that Santa Claus exists, or you want to believe that he exists, or shit like that. But just generally, it's just a fun time. You don't know what you're getting. You hope that you get everything that you asked for on your wish list. It's just a happy time, and it's an exciting time. And who doesn't love gifts? Who doesn't love presents? And the thing is, I mean, once you get older and you could just go out and buy these gifts on your own for yourself, it kind of loses its luster. But you understand, it's a fun time, and if you get to spend it with family, then it kind of does mean something, even if it doesn't mean as much as it once did. But we're talking about the fucking tree now. Now, one of the things is, I'm not a big fan of putting up fucking Christmas decorations so early. Don't skip over Thanksgiving. Don't do all this shit. Wait till after Thanksgiving at least to put up your fucking Christmas decorations. The rushing shit is just, it's a bit too much, going overboard. But now I just want to talk about this. Now they're attacking the decorations. So they attacked, the greeting, the holiday greeting. It's got to be a holiday greeting, not a Christmas greeting, but a holiday greeting. Now the thing is, as I mentioned, being half Jewish, and really in the Jewish faith, if your mother is Jewish, which is in my case, you're really considered to be Jewish. I don't consider myself fucking anything. I'm an agnostic. I'm not an atheist. I'm an agnostic. I don't believe in major religions. I believe in pretty much what I want to believe. Little bits of both, and I definitely believe in God. That's what I believe, but it really isn't so much about that. It's just about the premise of offending people, of different faiths, who just don't understand the aspect of Christmas, that it really doesn't have the religious connotations. We're not talking about the people who are claiming put the Christ back in Christmas. No, we're talking about just the Christmas with spending time with your family and shit like that. But one of the things is about Christmas is the decorations. There's a house near me that puts up a shitload of decorations, and I think it's fucking wonderful. I love taking my dog Xena there. Like last Christmas, I hate kids, but kids were coming up to her, petting her. She was licking their faces until one fucking obnoxious kid got in her face and screamed, and she started barking at him, and that kid was a fucking retard. But anyway, thing is, it is exciting. It's an exciting time of the year, and it's a beautiful time of the year. The lights, and shit like that, and even some of the music, is good. It just kind of sets a different mood for the time. It's a different time of year. It's it's nice. Okay, it's nice. I like it. And the Christmas tree, seeing it decorated with all the lights. You walk into a store and you're buying gifts for your family, and you're walking around, you see the Christmas decorations. I don't know, it kind of like inspires you something, all that darkness you feel in your heart all year round, hating people, wanting to destroy the world. You just all of a sudden you want to ease up a bit, and you're just like, oh, this is nice. I can appreciate this. It has a calming effect. People like that shit, like hot chocolate and pumpkin spice and all that fucking bullshit. Now they've removed the fucking cups, the fucking Christmas trees off your hot chocolate cups at Starbucks, so you can't even fucking enjoy your fucking pumpkin spice with a Christmas tree there. It's just a fucking red cup, Would have killed him to put a fucking tree. Who's gonna like look at their cup and be like, this has a tree on it? Ah, I'm so offended. And then you like fucking drive off a cliff or some shit like that. But there is a mall here in Long Island, New York, for all you Mick Foley and Zack Ryder fans, for Long Island people anyway, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, Long Island, New York, there is a famous mall, Roosevelt Field, that I've been to 1,000 times, and I've been going to that mall since I've been a kid. I believe I sat on Santa's lap there. I don't know if I sat on that fat bastard's lap or not over there. But anyway, thing is, they've always had a huge Christmas display. They've always been big on fucking Christmas. Decorate the fucking shit out of that motherfucker. They decorate it from top to bottom. But now all of a sudden, those Christmas decorations are gone. And surrounding Santa is this like big fucking glacier shit. Now, I've been getting mixed reports. I don't know if they're taking it down or not. There's been a huge petition, or a moderate-sized petition to get more traditional decorations in. But they weren't going to have a tree. They were going to have Santa looking, traditionally like Santa. But they were going to have this big fucking ugly ass gray awning, calling it a fucking glacier, giving it a winter vibe. It's the winter solstice, fucking winter vibe, not a Christmas vibe, a holiday vibe. And they said, they're owned by Simon Malls. That's the corporation. And they said they don't want to offend Muslims. Now, they don't want to offend Muslims. Okay, I don't even remember any Muslims saying they were offended by this. And if they are, this has nothing to do with your religion or anything like that. But seriously, guys, if you're offended by a Christmas tree, give me a fucking break. I don't know. I don't want to target you guys because I don't see any proof of you saying that, but they're worried that you are going to. But hey, guys, Muslims out there, do us a favor. Go write these people like Simon Malls and fucking tell them that you're not insulted by the Christmas tree, that you're not offended by it, so we can enjoy it. Because they're doing this for you. They're doing this solely for you, so you don't get offended. So, so why do we have to suffer? Come on, guys. Step up to the plate and tell these people you're not offended, because they ain't listening to us. Now, I sort of got a tree in there, and it's fucking pathetic looking. It's a small ass fucking tree. If it's a mall, it should be a big fucking tree. Now, they got the tree coming in the Rockefeller Center, and, the other day it arrived, and thank God they haven't fucking done away with that shit. The fucking tree is there to stay, I guess, for the time being. But this is the thing. So you're going to take away all of these Christmas decorations for us, all these people. You're so fucking self-hating, self-righteous. I don't want to offend anybody. When the fact is, this is the thing. This country's supposed to be about freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and the thing is, you're allowed to express yourself by displaying a Christmas tree. That's your freedom of expression. You have the right to insult people, as long as it's not hurting them in a specific way where it's like really, detrimental to their health or some shit like that. The fact of the matter is this: you are allowed to fucking do that. You're allowed to put up the tree. If it offends them, that's the great thing about this country. It doesn't fucking matter. Or that's what it used to be great. That's what used to be great about it. The fact that you could do that and you didn't have to worry about persecution. Because you're allowed to display the trees. You're allowed to put up lights. You're allowed to do any of the fucking shit that you want, as long as you're not fucking killing anybody, raping anybody, eating any babies for fucking breakfast. You should be able to do whatever the fuck you want in this country, as long as it doesn't involve harming another human being. Now, if they're too much of a fucking fucking pussy and they can't take it, that's their fucking problem. You're not hurting them in any way. So it doesn't fucking matter what they think about your fucking tree or your fucking lights, or, you know, for that matter, I'm even, like I've told you, I've defended the flag. You know, I kind of see the argument behind it, but if you want to fly the flag, you should be allowed to. And if people are going to be offended by it, well, they're allowed to express themselves and say that they're offended by it. But no one should be forced to take anything down. That's the thing. This country is full of fucking censorship. You know, this is the thing. There's European countries where there's like close to no censorship. Now, in a country that prides itself on freedom of expression and freedom of speech, why are we censoring things? Now, I know, bear with me. Don't start calling me a racist because I'm defending the Confederate flag and how you feel emotionally about the flag in your heart or whatever like that, or you jumped on the bandwagon, whatever the case may be. The fact of the matter is this. Don't you see what you're doing? You are suppressing or trying to suppress somebody's freedom of speech and freedom of expression so it could beat your own preferences in life. You know, is it so unbearable to live through life where it doesn't meet your preferences, your specifications? You know, is that so unbearable? If it really is, then you need a new hobby in fucking life. Because, you know, the thing is, did the tree rape your mother? Did the flag fondle your asshole? No, it didn't. Okay? So you shouldn't be that offended by it, because it's really not that bad. Trust me. Bear with me. You could get through life. It is possible to get through life just because there's a Christmas tree in the fucking mall. Just because there's a fucking flag flying in some fucking southern town in the middle of the fucking sticks in the middle of nowhere, and you live all the way in New York where there ain't any Confederate flags anyway. I think that you'll be able to make it through life just fine, motherfucker. You know, we have veterans that are homeless, people starving in the streets, massive unemployment. We're working full-time jobs and we still can't support ourselves. And, you know, healthcare is broken. We have politicians that don't give a fuck about us. And you're there complaining about a fucking Christmas tree. You're there complaining about a fucking flag. I mean, I don't see what's happened to the human race here. I just don't have an explanation for it. You people want to get behind all these movements that are movements to nowhere. You got rid of the flag. People are still racist. You got rid of Christmas trees. What did that do? People are still going to be offended. They're just going to move on to something else. And because you satisfied them by censoring something, they know that they can continue doing this. What's next? Are they going to be offended by grass? Oh, grass! I'm so offended because it's so grassy and green, and it reminds me of something that happened 136 years ago that had to do with the color green, and it represents something terrible, even though it's just grass and it's growing outside my house for some reason. I know! It's like, what the fuck is next? If you are going to have, you know, satisfy people's needs and let them know that they could act stupid and whine like a little fucking bitchy ass pussy and get their way, they're gonna continue to do it. And they're gonna make life unpleasant for everybody else. This fucking world is full of fucking pussies. Stop pussifying everybody. George Carlin said it best. It's the pussification of the youth. The pussification of fucking America. It's the pussification of this whole fucking world. I mean, when's it gonna stop? We're told now, they're telling kids from birth that if you have a problem with something, just complain. Everybody's a winner. everybody can complain and get their way. Yeah, it ain't my way. Okay, you can have it your way. That, you know, while all the other problems that are so much more important in life, like unemployment, you know, jobs that actually pay money that you could support yourself on, healthcare, so in case you get struck in with some kind of fucking fatal disease, perhaps maybe you could save your life if you have the proper healthcare. You know, all this fucking shit. We have people suffering, living out on the streets who are homeless, and shit like that. And the thing is, we're told not to be better people and help out the less fortunate and how to help out ourselves. No, we are just given the right to complain about shit. We're allowed to whine, and we're promised that we're gonna get our way, just as long as it doesn't involve anything having to do with money or anything that the government has to help us out with in any way. That stuff that they've regulated and made this way anyway. You know, that's the thing. You know, we have the government wanting to get involved in shit like that, taking away fucking Christmas trees and fucking banning holiday shit and, you know, fucking Confederate flags and, you know, phrases about God on courthouses and shit like that, you know. But the thing is, as long as it's not costing them any money, you know that, like, they want to regulate everything. Okay, so why don't they regulate these big corporations to stop being so fucking greedy and pay the workers more who make their asses fucking rich? How about that? That is something that should be discussed, and that is something that should be worried about, and that is something worth complaining about, but nobody's complaining about it. Instead, you're complaining about a fucking tree, a fucking flag. Get real. Get fucking real. You people disgust me. You really do. Everybody in this world fucking disgusts me to no end because you're so worried about all these little minuscule things. Oh, I'm a great person because I took down my Christmas tree, people won't be offended. Oh, do you know what? That makes you a fucking bandwagon jumping asshole who's just doing the latest trend so you could hashtag on Twitter, oh, I'm anti Christmas tree. I'm so great. I don't want to offend anybody. Fuck you. Fuck you in the fucking ass, you fucking asshole. You're an asshole. That's what that is. You're an asshole to the fucking end. Fuck you, motherfuckers.